Your Excellencies, Sri Excellency, Dr. Rangarajan, ladies and gentlemen. I am humbled by this great honor that has been conferred upon me. Sri Y.B. Chauhan was the greatest leader that Maharashtra Desha has seen since independence. I knew him personally also as a young officer. Maharashtra Desha, and especially Mumbai, has been very kind to me and has blessed me and limitlessly. I owe all my success in the industry and hospitality to Mumbai, my choice of being an ardent Maratha. I am also fortunate to have received boundless affection, guidance, and support from other leaders, such as our first Chief Minister, B.G. Gar. I was a very young officer at that time, 25 years old. Our beloved Sri Y.B. Chauhan, I knew him personally, who was also our Defense Minister and Deputy Prime Minister. Sri S.K. Patil, Sri Vasantdada Patil, Sri Balasaheb Thackeray, Sri Shankar Rao Chauhan, Sri Sharad Pawar, Sri Kumar Shinde, Sri Vilas Rao Deshmukh, and many others. As a young student leader, I had dreamt of a free India and a prosperous India. During my school days, I used to have regular football matches in my place in Kannur, and I still remember having played against the football team against my football team by the team of the Maratha regiment. They were the most tenacious and spirited fighters. Later on, when I got commissioned in the army, I chose to be a Maratha. I am being very reminiscent because I am a Maratha now. I am no more a Maratha, an Indian, a Maratha, and no more Keralite. Because even my Kerala, I have not been recognized. I have not been given any welcome, or in fact, my sad Sri Shankaracharyan, our Excellency, will also know we have not been treated well in our own state. But this Maharashtra, you have been honored. Today I am being honored. It's the greatest honor I can get in my life. Like Maharashtra recognized me. Y.B. Chauhan's name is one of the most precious names in the country. He was a great Maratha. He was a great defense minister. He was a great prime minister. Actually, he would have been prime minister. It was by stroke of fate. Otherwise, he would have been prime minister. And today, the growth of Maharashtra is due to Y.B. Chauhan. Originally by him. Of course, S.K. Patil, Vijay Kar, Vasantdada Patil, they all helped. But Maratha one has to be proud of. Now, Mr. Anand is also there. We are all proud of being Marathas. I think it is this great honor that make me speechless and great emotional. I chose to be a Maratha regiment officer because of the above admiration. I was playing against the Maratha team, and they would not let me win. And we had to fight hard to get a one-ball win against the Marathas. Ever since, I have been a devoted Maratha in life. I have been asked to share my vision for tourism industry in India. Will you give me 5 minutes as I run through the few slides? What do you say? Well, it is in the evening of life, at the age of 65, I took to tourism, to hospitality industry. I had my innings as a freedom fighter, as a student leader, and then in the army, then in the handloom industry, the textile industry, the lace industry, and the apparel industry, I prospered in Mumbai, and then in the army, and then I resigned the commission to set up a textile industry and then hospitality industry at the age of 65. I have, in 25 years, been able to do something which country can be proud of in the hospital industry. I have seen the great future of India in tourism. That's what I want to explain to Sri Rangarajan is here. Since he is here, I would be able to, I am so pleased that he would be able to take us, as like Yashwant Singh said, to another level in our industry. In India, tourism and travel accounts for about 5.9 of the GDP and 9.2 of the employment. We are the largest employers in the country. This industry will contribute to 30% or more of all employment growth over the next decade, which is about 120 million. Travel and tourism industry, no, I can, the slide can be, the slide is there. Travel and tourism industry creates more jobs from per capita investment than any other industry. For every 10 lakhs of rupees investment in tourism, 78 jobs are created, as against 45 in agriculture and 18 in manufacturing. This is a huge economic force multiplier. Unlike technology, here not much training is needed. Youth from rural and backward areas can find employment and participate in India's mainstream growth. India has less than 110,000 classified guest rooms. This is lower than the number of rooms available in Manhattan in New York, which is a small borough of New York, 110,000 rooms. It is also lower than the number of rooms available in Bangkok. As I speak today, there is a shortage of 80,000 rooms, which need an investment of 32,000 crores. Sri Rangarajan, would you find a little help for us there? Travel and tourism can create additional 40 million jobs out of the 120 million jobs needed in the next 10 years. This will make tourism the single largest contributor to India's growth story in terms of providing employment. In beach tourism, please see the comparison between Goa and Phuket in Thailand. Goa receives 2.7 million people as compared to Phuket, which receives 5 million tourists. Note that the bulk of the Phuket tourism are foreign tourists, which is not the case with Goa. Also note Goa has 40 beaches versus Phuket's 17. Actually, from Alibag to Goa, it could be a veritable tourism beaches of the world. We are not exploiting it. Even Sindhudurg, we are not exploited. We have done nothing in this thing. Only Goa has come up. But the whole coastline can be the Riviera of the world. Starting from Alibag up to Kanyakumari, we have a coastline which is most precious for the tourism, because in all climes, people can come and enjoy. In other countries, you cannot do it. In India, you can do all the climes, you can enjoy. And the tourism is now the greatest growth potential industry in the world. I would like to compare the two great wonders of the world, our own Taj Mahal and the Great Wall of China. As you see, Great Wall of China attracts 10 million tourists compared to only 3.2 million tourists for Taj Mahal. And to give you further perspective, you can see from this slide that China attracts almost 51 million foreign tourists as against 5 million in India. As Sunsi mentioned about China. China has gone far ahead of us. I don't know we'll be able to catch up with China. Because when you go to China, and I saw Shanghai last year, I was amazed. There's no slum there. Mumbai is here. Look at Mumbai. Look at them. How can it catch up with Mumbai? It's Shanghai. And therefore, we had to struggle hard to catch up with China and overcome China. China is almost 12 times that of India. Further, countries like Thailand, Malaysia, and Hong Kong witness 14 million, 20 million, and 18 million international tourist arrivals compared to India, compared to 5.1 of India. Something should be done to address the gaps in infrastructure. When you talk of infrastructure, tourism is forgotten, not even mentioned, because they think tourism is a luxury industry. It is not so. It's the biggest employment producer. It is the biggest, enormous growth of this country can be generated through only tourism. I don't want to trouble you with the details, but I would like to summarize my wish list in the following slide. Government should constitute a steering committee on tourism headed by the Principal Secretary to PM or Chief Economic Advisor. Include tourism under Prime Minister's charge. Because people still, when we speak of tourism, they neglect it. I'm sorry, I am digressing when we are going to be a shortage of time. The potential of tourism has not been understood. I would beg of Sri Yashwant Singh ji to look into this one aspect. You can solve the problem of unemployment. You can give backward people employment, and you can have big prosperity in rural areas and all over the country, because India has tremendous growth in every area. Beach tourism, hill tourism, and heritage tourism, and corporate tourism. Facilitate the development of integrated tourism destinations. Increase outlay for the Ministry of Tourism. These are some of my suggestions. For lack of time, I am only speaking a few words, but I am happy that my voice has been heard by the powers to be, especially Sri Rangarajan and Yashwant Singh ji and the governors. With this few words, I finish my talk.